Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to Goals Galore. Welcome to my Match Week 27 predictions for the Championship. We're back after the FA Cup break and back for more league football. Let's get straight into it. 12 games to predict. Let's go. As always, if you're going to enjoy, drop a like and subscribe as always. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. We've got the likes of the Southfields Derby to predict in this one. A few big games at the top and bottom, as always. So let me know your predictions on the key games. We're going to begin on the Friday night with Burnley hosting Sunderland. Now in the FA Cup, of course, Burnley made it through to round 4. Sunderland knocked out at home against Stoke. Stoke seem to be a bit of a bogey side for Sunderland at the moment. Thankfully, it'll probably be the last time they play each other this season in the Championship, unless, of course, Stoke incredibly get the playoffs. In this one, though, I think it'll be a really close game, just like the reverse fixture. At Turf Moor, gone for a 1-1 draw. Next up is the Southfields Derby, Cardiff hosting Swansea, and it's one of the biggest derbies around. Both of these sides will be playing in Europe next season. If you disagree with it, well, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. For me, I feel like it's going to help Wales a lot, which, Wales are very underdeveloped compared to the rest of Europe, and that's a fact, not just an opinion. So in this game, we could be having a few more Southfields derbies, even in Europe next season. In this game, I think, of course, the Swans to get the win. Could be without both centre-backs. That would be absolute pain. More than likely going to do a live watch-along for it. So let me know if you want to see that in the comment section down below. In this one, I've got about the Swans. It's a derby. We've got to go there and get the win because both sides are struggling. But I'd love nothing more than the Swans to win, of course. 2-1 Swans. I do think we concede. But ultimately, I think we get the win. Come on, the Swans. Millwall versus Hull now, and Millwall got over the line in the FA Cup. As for Hull, of course, they lost on penalties to Doncaster. Although Hull have been knocked out of the FA Cup, though, in the league they have been putting up some good performances. Just now need to get a bit of consistency with the results flowing. I do think they'll be able to survive this season. It will be closer. They've made a few January signs already, like of Gail Hart as well. Looks a really exciting player. In this one, I can see Hull getting the win at the Den. 1-0 Hull away. Plymouth have got a new manager, and I just saw his interview. He looks like he's, all for it. He's ready to get his players. If I'm playing under that manager, I'm ready to run through a brick wall for him after that team talk. A 1-1 draw for them midweek against Oxford in one of the postponed games from earlier on in the season. Not a bad result at all, considering they conceded an absolute worldie from Will Vaulks. In this game, I think QPR are on a brilliant run. They lost in the FA Cup by a few goals last time against Leicester. I think Plymouth get the win here. Shock result, Plymouth 2, QPR 1. Coventry versus Bristol City next up. Bristol City knocked out the FA Cup. Coventry make it through after winning on penalties against Sheffield Wednesday. In this game, I've gone for Bristol City to get the away victory. I'm thinking of a draw in this one. I've just gone for the Bristol City win. It could be a late winner. 2-1 Bristol City in this one. Derby versus Watford next. Derby, of course, knocked out the FA Cup midweek. As for Watford, they did play the FA Cup, of course, where they lost to Fulham. Good goal from Vata, by the way. Very good goal. And then they drew late on against Cardiff midweek as well. So both of these sides have had to play their fair share of football midweek. In this one, I've gone for Derby to get the win, 3-1 at home. Matt Bloomfield is the new Luton Town manager after, of course, Rob Edwards did get the sack. And we all saw it coming, but it just took a long time to actually come around and him to get sacked. In this one, they host Preston, and Preston away from home are completely different from at home. They're a lot worse. In this one, I think it's a good chance for Matt Bloomfield to get his first win as Luton Town manager. And you know what? Fresh ideas, a little bit of optimism around the place. It could do Luton Town the world of good. I think they get the win here. 2-0 at home. Oxford face Blackburn now. Blackburn with an impressive win midweek, 3-0 against Pompey. As for Oxford, of course, they got the point midweek. And under Gary Rowett, some good form, albeit they did lose to Exeter City in the FA Cup. In this game, I've gone for Oxford to lose 3-0 to Blackburn. Blackburn just look really good at the moment. Really, really good. Really impressed. Pompey versus Middlesbrough next, and Pompey are unbeaten in the last 5 home games at Fratton Park. So that's a bit of form they've got to take into this one and believe they can get something against Middlesbrough, who in recent weeks they have dropped a few silly points here and there, especially away from home. In this one, 1-1 draw. Sheffield United versus Norwich next up. Now, these two sides, I feel like they're going to bring goals. It was 2-2 at Carrow Road earlier on in the season. Here at Bramall Lane, I think it'll be 3-3. Norwich trying to push on to get the playoff places this season, and Sheffield United hoping to get, of course, automatic promotion back to the Premier League. In this one, 3-3. West Brom host Stoke in this one. Now, West Brom, as I'm aware, still haven't appointed a new manager at the time of recording. As for Stoke, though, under Mark Robins, looks to be going okay so far, progressing in the FA Cup as well. Albeit, though, they have just lost striker Tom Cannon. That's going to be a huge, huge blow for Stoke City. In this game, I can see Stoke getting the win, though, away at the Hawthorns, 2-1 Stoke in this one. And the final game to predict is Leeds hosting Sheffield Wednesday on the Sunday. I believe this one's going to be on ITV as well, so be sure to check that one out also if you have a bit of free time on Sunday. In this game, it's tricky. Leeds at the moment, they are top, but they have been dropping a few silly points. As for Sheffield Wednesday, knocked out the FA Cup last time, but they have been solid outfit in the Championship this season. In this one, can't separate them. 1-1 at Ellen Road. Well then, guys, they are my predictions. Match week 27 of the Championship. If you have gone to enjoy, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one very soon, guys. Take care. Goodbye.